And we end tonight's show with a story of endless love. Meet Mr. Charn Janwachakal. He's 72 years old. He lives in Bangkok. And this is a story you don't want to miss. He lives in Bangkok in a small house. For the longest time, there was no electricity in his house. There was no water, no proper doors or window, but there was a coffin. And that coffin was all that Charn needed to keep going. The coffin had the body of Charn's wife. He slept next to it, next to the coffin, and he talked to it as if she were alive. And this was his life for more than 2 decades, 21 years. It's incredible. Last month, 72-year-old Charn went to an NGO. He said he needed help in cremating his wife, the wife who has been dead for 21 years. How did he keep her body for over 2 decades? How did the body not rot? Honestly, we don't know. The story so far may appear bizarre. You may think the old man is mad, obsessed with his dead wife, but one thing you have to give him, and that's commitment. The man's love for his wife deserves a bow. He refused to part with her even in death. These days, living relationships break within days, within months. These days, the shelf life of relationships is shrinking, including of marriages. But this man's love for his wife defied expiry dates. Charn is not senile. He's just in love. He says it was love at first sight. He just graduated from a reputed Thai university with a degree in pharmacy. He was serving in a medical department in the Royal Thai Army. His wife was an official in the health ministry. The two fell in love, he says, and they had 2 sons together. They never fought, he says. They were trying to add another floor to the house when she died. The year was 2001. Charn took his wife's body for cremation, but he said he could not bear to part with her, so he brought her back home. The sons left the house in protest. Charn was left all alone in that house with his dead wife. He spent his days with cats and dogs that played near the house. At night, he slept beside his wife's coffin. Like I said, it is an incredible story. Charn had a degree in traditional medicine, so he grew medicinal herbs in his compound. The herbs helped him survive 2 snake bites. Years passed. The coffin became discolored. Charn's house turned into a wasteland. Trees penetrated the concrete. Vines closed off the compound from the rest of the world. But he was happy in his modest world, he says. This was until he realized that he may be nearing death himself, and that after him, his wife may not get a dignified cremation, so he decided to finally part with her. That's when Charn knocked on the door of the NGO. On the 30th of April, his wife was placed in a new coffin. She was taken to the temple one last time. The frail man struggled to climb the temple stairs. Before cremation, he caressed the coffin. The old man was seen sobbing, consoling his dead wife. This is what he said. "You're just going for a brief business," he told the coffin. "You will be back home again, I promise." And Charn kept his promise. After his wife was cremated, the old man gathered her remains in a white cloth and took her back home. He placed her in an urn and kept her right where the coffin was. He told reporters that he will live with his wife till death parts them. The NGO live streamed Charn's story. It beamed to the world the tale of eternal love. Netizens have nicknamed him the Endless Love Man. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.